Hi, welcome to the Angular and Spring Boot CRUD tutorial. In this video, we're going to create a Spring Boot backend application and we're going to connect it to the MySQL database, and also we're going to create a REST endpoint for retrieving the list of expenses. So let's begin. So in order to create a Spring Boot backend application, I'm going to use the Spring tool suite. By the way, it's an IDE. So inside this IDE, you can create a Spring Boot application. If you're not using a Spring tool suite, if you're using a IntelliJ IDEA or if you're using a Eclipse IDE, then you can create a Spring Boot application by going to the website, which is start.spring.io. So you can create the Spring Boot application here in this website. Since I'm using a STS, I don't need to go to this website and create the application. I can create the Spring Boot application inside the IDE itself. So let's go to the Spring tool suite and go to new. Click on this Spring Starter project. That will detect the start.spring.io and it will connect it to the website spring.io, and you can create the Spring application with this window. So make sure to provide a project name. I'm going to call this expense tracker, and I'm going to leave the location as default, and I'll choose the type as Maven, and the packaging I'll choose jar, and the Java version I'll select 8, and the language I'll choose Java. So for the group ID, I'll choose my website, which is in.bhushan and the artifact ID I'll select expense tracker, and I'm gonna select version v1, and the description expense tracking application, and the packaging I'll set this in.bhushan expense tracker and choose next. And here we are going to select the Spring Boot version. I'm going to leave it as it is, like 2.3.1, and I'm going to select the dependencies. Of course, we need Spring Web and we need Spring Boot DevTools, and I'm going to select JPA, and I'm going to select MySQL because we are using a MySQL database, and also I'm going to use the Lombok library, and do we need anything else? I think we have selected everything, like the DevTools, Lombok, and MySQL database, and the Spring Data JPA, and the Spring Web. I think this is enough for now. So let's go ahead and click finish. If we need anything else, then we can probably add it later. So this is going to take a couple of seconds to download all the dependencies. So once it downloaded all the dependencies, depending upon on your internet speed, this will take a couple of minutes. So once you are done, you can expand this, and if you go to the pom.xml, and you will get this unknown error. Okay, so this is the most common error when you create a Maven application. So you can leave this as it is. This will not give you any problem when you're running the application, but still, if you want to remove this error, then there is a way. So you can go to the pom.xml, and inside these properties we have to add the Maven jar plugin version. So let's go to the Google Chrome and search for Maven unknown error, and if you go to this link and if you scroll down, and probably you will see this Maven jar plugin version 3.1.1. So okay, just go ahead and copy this, and within your pom.xml just paste it inside the properties, and then save this, and make sure to update the Maven. Okay, let me do one more time. Okay, sometimes this will not work. So what you can do is you can just change it to 2.6, and now if you go ahead and update the Maven, we should not see that error. Okay, as you can see from the pom.xml, it has been disappeared, and eventually it will disappear from here as well, as you can see. So make sure to try for 3.1.1. if it doesn't work, then you can change it to 2.6 version. Okay, make it comfortable. And even if you are not added, and if it is still showing the unknown error, then that is completely fine. That will not give you any error when you are running the application. Okay, so let's save this, and now we are created the Spring Boot application. Now let's go ahead and set up the MySQL database. So I have installed the MySQL server, and also I have installed the MySQL Workbench. So let's go ahead and create a database. So I'm going to create database, create database, and I'm going to call this expense tracker, and make sure to select use expense tracker. Okay, so let's go ahead and run these queries, and if you refresh the Explorer, we should see the expense tracker database. Right now there is no database. We are not going to create the tables by executing a query. Instead, we are going to create a model class in our Spring Boot application, and we are going to run the application so that Spring Boot application will create a table for us. Okay, so let's go to the Spring Tool Suite, and we are going to configure the application.properties file. We have to connect it to the MySQL database. So let's go to the resources folder and open the application.properties, and here we have to tell Spring Boot application that to which MySQL database we are connecting to. Okay, so spring.datasource.url, and we have to specify the MySQL URL, which is jdbc:/localhost:3306/ which is our database name, which is, let me copy it from the Workbench. I don't want to type it because sometimes I'll mistype the things. So let me add the database name, and I'm going to use SSL equal to false. Okay, so let's add the username, spring.datasource.username. So in my case, my SQL database username is expense tracker. This is the problem, I'll mistype sometimes. Expense tracker, and let me copy it again for the password, and let me change this to password, and the password in my case both are same. Let's go to the Workbench, and if you go to the administration and go to the users and privileges, you can see I have a bunch of users. The one is expense tracker. Okay, sometimes I'll create the username and the password with the same name, expense tracker. Okay, so let me copy it anyhow and paste it both the times. I'm going to add one more property, which is we have to tell Spring Boot application to create tables for us, which is spring.jpa.generate-ddl. I'll set this to true. So this is going to create a database tables for us. Let me save this. Okay, so now we have created a Spring Boot backend application, and also we have configured the application.properties. We have told Spring Boot application which is our MySQL, which is the database name, and what is the database password and the username. We are done with this. In the next video, we are going to create a packages for the model and repository and for the service, and also we're going to create a controller. So that is coming up in the next video. I will see you in the next video.